welcome back to day 2 of Fall Fest on our Bitchin kitchen. We are making
slow cooked chicken potato chili. Can we call this the Fall Fest Hangover Edition? This recipe is compliments of Andrea. Andrea has a food blog called Can You Stay for Dinner? And she's hilarious. You should check her out. Anyway, she posted a blog about this really awesome sweet potato chili. I like sweet potatoes, at least I think I do. I like them as french fries. Ooh, I hate the hairs on these things. Look at this. Look at that. It's like a mole with a really long hair. Isn't that gross?
So the whole recipe is get your shit, throw your shit in the crock pot.
You know how we don't like to buy pumpkin spice or anything that we won't use again? We bought smoked paprika, or as Dan likes to call it, paprika. It's $5 for this big thing of smoked paprika. And we're like, I don't even know what we're going to use smoked paprika for. Dan's like, what does it taste like? I have no idea. I've never used it before. I'm smoky? I don't know. We need it for this recipe. I'm sure it's important. We looked at McCormick. They also had it. $5 for this little thing. And for some reason, Dan told me it was better to get the tiny little container for $5 than the big jumbo one.
Because we're not going to use it more than a couple times.
It's $5. Either way, get the big one, not the small one, whatever. So then I got home and I opened it before I even put the groceries away. Also making me angry. I smelled it. And it smelled like the Fritos barbecue twists.
It didn't make me angry. It's just the fact that you get to come home from grocery shopping and come in,
take
off your shoes, use the bathroom, take your coat off, go sit down, pet the cat for a minute. By that point, I'm done.
Sit down and pet the cat.
And by that point, I'm done putting the groceries away.
Not true. You weren't even inside yet. Oh, I got some on my finger. Doesn't taste like barbecue chips. Then we were in the grocery store and we had to get sweet potatoes. 2 of them. We look and I find what I thought was the sweet potatoes. They look like sweet potatoes. Dan's like, no, you're in the wrong section.
No, I clearly pointed out the sign that said those are yams.
I always heard the yams and sweet potatoes are the same thing.
No,
then he has
she goes off on a tirade about how they're the same thing and I'm wrong.
I just heard it's a regional difference. They call it something different. So then we...
No, we don't do nothing. I go walk away to prove her wrong.
Right.
She was wrong.
Because then they had the sweet potato section. So this is what the sweet potato looked like when you peeled it. It wasn't very orange. I always thought sweet potatoes are orange. Kind of looks like a banana, but fat. Then it calls for a crap load of ingredients.
You could build like a cool little pyramid.
That's not actually helping the process anything.
But you could say, hey, this is what we're using. Put it down. Or say, hey, this is what we're using. Put it down.
Oh, please don't talk with a knife in your hand. It scares me a little.
I always talk with a knife.
That's not true. Tudoroso. I needed a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I love Tudoroso. They're my favorite sauce. If I, I'm like the rest of America and buy it from a jar, we usually make our own. I was trying to sound pompous, did you notice? Crushed tomatoes with basil. I think they're always with basil. 100% natural. Like this. Dan, I don't know how to make a pyramid with very little cans. I completely forgot to tell you all why I'm in pajamas. It takes work, and I was tired, and I drank a whole bottle of wine yesterday. I shouldn't have. I tried to keep up with Dan and I can't. So the point is, I didn't have time to get dressed and ready. Literally, the recipe says add shit to. That's why I was trying to tell you before. Add shit to the crock pot. Cook for 10 hours on low. That's why I'm up. That's why I didn't get dressed. Because it's now almost 10:30. And that, I'm not good at math, but that means we're eating at like nighttime.
What's 10 plus 10? In math hour time.
Don't tell people this. You see this stupid can opener? I think we got this from our former roommate. We have a nice can opener. We even have an electric one. Dan insists on using this piece of purple.
Dan insists on using that one. We have another one. This is a garlic smasher.
It's a garlic press. And yeah, it's down there in a bag in the back cabinet because you won't use it.
Right, so you get it out and use it when you need it.
Why can't I leave the good one in the drawer?
Because it's not the good one.
This one's like rusty and gross. You need like 20,000 pounds of pressure to turn it.
Easy.
I don't have nail hands.
Oh my God. Look at how easy I'm doing this with.
Less than a size 5 finger. finger.
2 fingers. She just doesn't know how to use it.
Maybe this type of can opener is pretty good because
Look at that.
I never do. Anyway,
Best part of the evening last night.
and
Our friend Kate will be witness to this. She has the proof, even if Kacie deletes it.
Daniel.
Kacie was learning how to use the talk to type feature on her
It's
Android phone.
awesome.
So babe, let's have a quick quiz. Ready? I'm gonna read a text.
Yeah.
And then you can tell me what you were trying to say.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna open the cans. Wait.
So your text was now late morning. Either way, that's right. That's not late morning. That's late afternoon. I think Dan just location. What section of ocean? She said shed. Shane, like the part of your leg.
Okay.
That
I can
totally
tell you
made sense.
exactly what that was.
The whole backstory to that text was
Anyway.
Kacie sent me wandering down the hallway in the dark in the middle of the night because she heard her phone ding and she never keeps it around her.
I didn't tell him not to turn the light on.
This is
Common
probably true.
sense.
And Dan proceeded to walk into a very large
Why aren't you
35-pound tub of kitty litter.
I didn't tell you to leave the kitty litter by the
Beat
door.
the crap out of my shin. We have 2 sweet potatoes, chopped up into cubes,
Oh wait,
about
let's
this
have
big.
that's 1-inch cubes.
We're also going to roughly chop an onion.
Oh,
And
no.
roughly means just go chop, 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 chop,
Is that what
done.
it says? I thought it said coarsely chopped. I don't know. Yeah, what does that mean?
Which just means chop the shit out of it for a minute and you're done.
It really means keep it big because you're going to be cooking it for 10 hours and it gets all schmelty and cooked down. It says 1 pound of ground beef is optional. We have 1.34 pounds of ground turkey. She literally just wants you to put the raw meat into the crock pot and it cooks for 10 hours.
Oh, I am cutting the onion in half, and then I am cutting the halves into sixths. Sixes.
It's still wrong.
Yeah. Now the cats are going to come running because they hear this noise.
This was a big discussion. Do you drain the beans or don't you? It just says a 15-ounce can of beans. I heard that the assumption is to drain them.
Oh, so I'm draining them?
I think so.
So am I just draining them or am I washing them?
No, just drain them, but don't rinse them. There you go. What's our compromise? So, because I like it for a thickening agent, but people online said it makes your soup cloudy and snotty. I'm not making soup. I'm making chili. Black bean everywhere. Oh,
Can't use a can opener. Apparently can't open a self-opening can either. Yet I'm the one with the problem and the faulty can opener.
I was using the strength of 1,000 suns left over from the can opening experience.
So that's how you don't open a can. Shut up. Can of black beans in the crock pot. Can of kidney beans in the crock pot. Or frijole negros and habanuches.
Colorado sponge. This is really sticky. 2 cloves of minced garlic.
In the crock pot.
Buy the shit that comes in a jar and buy it in the super gigantic size. Ah!
Apparently has problems with magnets too. So can openers, self-opening cans, magnets, math, fractions,
That's
military time.
That's math.
Military time.
Yes, you learn it in math. Smoked paprika. Oh, so I bought this whole thing for 2 teaspoons. Look, Dan does a really good job with our brown sugar, so it never gets hard. I think he just puts it in a bag.
I put it in a bag.
This one only has 1 bag.
Brown sugarception.
Yeah.
Half teaspoon of salt.
Oh God, make sure you went under. I hate adding salt to a recipe before it cooks because then you don't know what it tastes like.
When you begin to mix your stuff, you're going to end up with a nice conglomeration
You're gonna like slip and die on
of gooey looking, chili looking stuff.
Oh, that meat looks disgusting.
Good. Turn that shit on.
Where'd the extra? 10 hours. The crockpot's like, are you fucking sure? And I will see you all in 10 hours.